Welcome to the We the People of Washington daily live stream, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your
Right.
favorite station, Facebook, YouTube. Where else are we
X.
on?
We're also on X.
X.
Yeah. Live
Awesome.
streamed at all of them.
Yeah,
So,
so today we have a very interesting topic that we're going to be discussing. And that topic for today is going to be running for office as a We the People candidate and what that means.
yeah. Um,
And ancillary benefits to running for office, not monetary benefits because we don't get paid.
right.
So,
Right.
the
Not to mention the other thing is like just the ideology, right? Behind We the People.
Mhm. Yep, that's the ancillary benefits. So the ancillary benefits is that you get to go out there and talk about ideas and concepts that people probably have never heard of, right? And at the end of the day, you can go to sleep well because you know you did something good for your community.
Yes.
That's the ancillary benefit. Get
Love
better
it.
sleep.
Love it.
Run for office as a We the People candidate and get better sleep. That's
Mm,
good. I like
That
that.
is a good one, right? Because you know that you're not out there lying to the people and you have nothing to hide.
Yep.
There's no secrets. Everything's out in the open. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you're not.
couldn't imagine being a politician these days and having to lie to everybody that you know. Well,
They
I
do it
guess
all the
not
time.
everybody, right? But
They do it all the time. But
mm-hmm.
you know what? It's like there's a special place in hell for those type of people that wake up every morning. You know what? And I think it is their life right now.
Yeah,
Not some afterlife. No, I think right now because I know I can go to sleep and I don't feel bad about what I'm doing. You know what I mean? But how do these people sleep at night? Because they're obviously corrupt. They're taking donations from these special interests and these corporations. They're passing laws that hurt people.
hmm.
They have to be tormented.
Well, look at the pictures of the presidents before and after office,
Oh yeah, I've seen
right?
that.
Right?
Yep.
Those are like insane. They age like 20 years easy.
Yeah, in a 4 year span, it's crazy
Yeah,
because they're having to do a bunch of corrupt shit. Like,
right. You know,
how many drone strikes did Obama authorize?
right.
Thousands of them, right? Those lives, like, like you just literally killed people. Like,
Yeah,
how can you sleep at night? You know,
right. Right. And
I don't.
uh, I guess it's, do they think that they're actually helping people when they're doing that? I don't know. That's what I wonder too. You know what I mean? Like, do they actually think that they're doing good?
I couldn't imagine drone striking a hospital and thinking they're doing good, or drone striking a wedding in Afghanistan and thinking that you're doing good. Like those reports have to come back to your desk. Like you have to see that you drone striked a wedding party and
Right.
killed 200 people. Like knowing that there's kids and families and parents and like I don't understand how the government can do that. There's people that are doing that in our
Yeah.
government today, you
I
know.
know, it makes me wonder, and it really, this money that that Trump is giving to the soldiers. Did you see that? He's giving
No.
them. I don't know much about it. This. I think that he mentioned it last night, so I'm assuming that this is happening. It's not just another talk out the side of his mouth thing, but um, 1,776 dollars. It's a symbolic number, right?
Oh geez. Yeah.
To all the military. So again, I didn't listen to his speech, so I really don't know a ton about it. But it makes me curious. Like, is that like a payoff? Like, here I'm the good guy, just before we go to war, so that you don't fight me too bad, or like you can go in and feel good about what you're doing
Yeah,
for
it's like back in the
trusting
day,
them giving you money.
the mercenaries, right? They used to fight for money. That's pretty much what it is. They're making an income, they're getting bonuses, bonus money, right? But back in the day, historically, when there were wars, the army that won basically raided, the village or the towns or, the people that lived there, raped and pillaged, you know, horrible. I guess nowadays they don't really do that, but it's just the government paying them off. Our government goes in and strips their resources, takes over their oil and their mineral rights, and pays Halliburton and BlackRock to come in and rebuild. And
Well, yeah,
you
and
know,
it's been going on forever, right? So it's really just um the oh my God, that came and went so fast. But it's when we go in and we rebuild those things, right? We're paying for it, but who are we paying to do it? We're not paying their people to do it, right?
no,
We could be helping their country and paying their people to do it, but we're bringing in our people, and
yeah,
our people are our people. Whatever our government is paying, their friends to go over there and rebuild.
yeah, yeah. We destroy their land and then we go in to rebuild. Like, look at Gaza. That place is just totally like destroyed. I don't know if you've seen pictures of it, or
Yeah,
Iraq, after all the bombing raids in Iraq and Afghanistan,
right.
Libya, like
Well, and Libya, that one
devastation.
really kind of pisses me off because they sold it to us as though they were treating everybody terrible. Women had so many rights there
Yeah, they
before
used
they
to.
got
Yeah,
rid of
before.
Gaddafi.
Yep.
Yeah, they had so many rights. They could go to college, they could be doctors, they could do all these things, and we were sold as though they were some tyrannical government controlling everything, and it was not true. It was
Yeah,
literally
and he
just
was
because.
using he was using the oil money that was
Mhm.
coming in to give, citizens when they got married, they got $50,000. Right? He was using that money and giving it back to the people. Right? But the reason why that our government went in there was because he got off the gold standard, or he
Yep.
got off the US dollar. He was building his own gold backed dinar, or currency, right? And he pulled it off the US dollar. Now look at what's going on with the petrodollar,
Yep.
and Venezuela and China and Russia are all using a different currency, that
They
is
barter.
backed.
They barter a lot. They do
Yeah,
not, everybody says, oh, Venezuela gives them free oil, but that's not what it is. They're going in and they're actually giving value to the
yep.
country. We want to go in and we want to take everything from them. And we
Well,
want
not
to
we,
tell
not
them,
you and
well,
me.
I'm sorry, our government. Our
Yes.
government wants to go in and take everything from them, and then they're selling it to us as a drug war, right? It's
Yeah,
not,
the thing.
I've never believed in, it's been years since I believed what they have told us, that the reason why we go into these places, because it's always
Yeah,
a
we need honest trade with all people, entangling alliances with none. I think that was Benjamin Franklin that said that. I probably butchered the quote, but the truth, right? If we just have honest trade with people, with other countries, when goods stop flowing, that's when there's going to be issues,
yeah.
right? And we can see that. And for the United States government to think that we are the world's police, or we get to act as if we are the world's police, and put sanctions on countries and force other countries to stop trading with those countries, and to think that because of that, like, there's not going to be any blowback, there's not going to be any pushback from these other countries, like, it just doesn't make any sense. And I don't know if these politicians are just completely oblivious to all of this, or are they purposefully doing it knowing that there's going to be blowback and they're okay with it. So
Right, like it's a plan. I
yeah,
mean,
like
like
it's planned.
you almost have to hope that it's a plan, not that it benefits us at any rate, right? But I mean, like, I would almost hate to think more that they just go in and do shit just because they feel like it. I don't know what's better.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Or they're being told by the lobbyists that we need another war, we need to escalate this, we need to sell some more missiles and some more bombs and some more drones and
Yeah.
whatever it is, the military industrial complex. right? They got to have something going on. What's scary though about the Venezuela deal is that it's so close to the United States. Like
Yeah.
it, the stuff in the Middle East, yeah, it sucks. Same with Africa, stuff going on in Africa. Yeah, it sucks. It's bad. It's horrible. It's evil, right? But that's half a world away. Literally half a world away. The stuff with Venezuela, that's right there.
Yeah.
And it's
Especially
not
with
gonna.
the thought of Russia being
Yeah,
able to provide them with, some bad shit.
yeah. Who knows what's gonna happen? I'm just. Uh, we're way up in Washington, right? But people in Florida, people in Texas, on the Gulf Coast, like, that's where the targets are.
Well, I don't know. I live pretty close to a whole lot of military bases.
Yeah, but those missiles from Venezuela aren't going to be targeting all the way up here.
That's true. I guess it depends on how bad it gets out of hand.
Yeah. And I know it sounds very doomer-ish, right? Very negative, but these are the consequences of our government's actions. And you know who's going to suffer? The people.
Yeah.
The people of Venezuela, the people of these southern states, if they get attacked, right? Those are the ones that are going to suffer. Donald Trump's not going to suffer,
Right.
you know, unless they hit the White House, but chances are that's not going to happen. I mean,
Right.
they might target Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
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 So, those of you watching, if you have any questions for us, you can go ahead and just type a comment in and they'll pop up. If you're on Facebook or YouTube or X. So, we're just chatting. We're just talking about running for office as a We the People candidate. You get to talk about all kinds of issues that are important, that need to get out there. So,
Yeah.
if you're interested in running for office, let us know.
I think the most exciting thing about being able to run for office is just that, we want people with real solutions to these problems, to all the problems.
Yep.
There's so many issues that we can all find common ground on. I mean, even the wars, nobody wants people to go off to war and die. I mean, like, if we literally just started there in agreeing on something to find some common ground, nobody wants to send their kids off to war.
No.
I don't think anybody's itching for this to happen. I would hope not. I mean, no normal person, right? Our politicians, I don't consider them normal.
It's weird because there's people on Facebook, now they have the term narco terrorist, right? And these narco terrorists are killing our kids with fentanyl. It's like,
Do you notice how often they turn people into terrorists? We've been watching this progression since 9/11, right?
yep.
And it's so funny how often, and everybody talks about, okay, not everybody, I got to stop saying that. People I know, right? My circle. You have the Patriot Act, and everybody thought, oh, it'll be fine as long as you don't do anything wrong. Well, they started using that against journalists and arresting journalists because they didn't agree with what they were saying over all of it. And so this idea of that, if you're not doing anything wrong, then you're safe, is bullshit, because it literally, they're laying the groundwork for all of us to be their slaves and do what they want. I mean, I know that we're there, right?
Yeah.
But they're laying groundwork all the time just to keep us down. And it's just getting worse and worse. So we have to have people in office to fight against all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people don't know, but the definition of the word terrorist is a person who uses violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. Right? There's a lot of things the U.S. government does and is doing that could be considered under that definition of terrorism.
Yeah.
Right? But because it's the U.S. government, we have to say, oh no, we're the good guys, and we're using this violence and intimidation for good. It's like, no, that's not it.
No, it's really sad that the anti-war president that everybody was so excited. I had such high hopes, and like they've all been extinguished at this point.
Yeah, there's no hope coming back from it. Yeah, like what happened? It seems like all these people, Obama was super anti-war when he was running, and then as soon as he became president, he's like, all right, we're going into these, Libya, and we're drone striking Afghanistan and all kinds of things,
I think that's another reason why we need strong people, right? Who are going to stay with their morals and their values,
Yeah.
because it is, I can understand how you could get in there and then be overwhelmed. From what I have heard, and I actually just heard this from somebody close to me recently, that they knew somebody who got in into a government position that was a little bit higher, probably like maybe legislative.
Yeah.
Sorry, woman.
No, all good. Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
really confusing.
but what they were saying was that when you get into office, you have people come to you and tell you this is what you're going to do.
Well, that's why they need to live stream it.
Yeah.
That's going to, more than anything else, like if Glenn gets elected, the live streaming will protect him from that. It'll
Yeah.
protect him, and it'll expose everything, because they won't say anything to him if it's being live streamed. They won't threaten him if it's being live streamed, right? Like they just won't have an opportunity to do that. They might figure out some other ways, but like that's going to protect him big time.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it should be done everywhere.
Yeah, and
because everything that we're doing, we try to be very open with our members, right? Like we want them to know everything that we're doing. There, we have nothing to hide, so there's no secrets.
Speaking and as long of as, that,
yeah,
we have our WTPWA, We the People Washington membership Zoom call coming up tonight at 6 p.m. after this call, after this live stream.
Yes, but it's for everybody. You do not have to be a member to join.
Yeah.
I am also going to figure out how to get it to stream live to YouTube as well.
Cool. Well, then,
probably not tonight, but next month. But that'll be cool to be able to do that. But yeah, so tonight we'll be going over, the budget and what we've been spending and what we've been doing with it. And we're going to talk about some of the things that we could use help with. There's a lot of little things that need to be done that take up a little bit of time, but I'm the one doing them. And so it's all my time.
Yeah. You're doing a lot, Tony, and I greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, well, you are too. Don't act like you sit there and do nothing.
I just do these dumb live streams where we ramble on. For 30 minutes. No, this is good. We all do what we can when we can with the resources that we have, and we're satisfied with it. But yes, we do need a secretary and a treasurer, and we're trying to get some local chapters going, and we need help with social media. So
yeah,
it's all that good stuff.
Even somebody who can help, with emails or, setting up these live streams, helping us find interviews, things like that. There's a lot of stuff that we do that it does not take a lot of time if we broke it down into, one person helping to do one little thing.
Yeah. And the cool thing is even if you don't know how to do it, you can gain those skills. And that's what I talk to potential candidates about. Like when you first go to run for office, you're not going to be an expert. You're going to make mistakes, but at the end of the campaign, like you're going to have some public speaking skills. You're going to have some video skills. You're going to have some, writing skills. You're going to have a more in-depth understanding of all these issues, and you're going to be able to speak to it. And then the next time you run after that, you're going to be way ahead of the game.
Right.
When I talk to potential candidates, I always say, look, if you're planning on running, plan on running 3 times, because the first time you run for office, you're not going to know how to do a bunch of stuff. But the second time, man, it's going to feel like second nature. Right. You're going to know all these things, making the videos and the live streams and talking to people and content, and you'll have a base of donors and a base of volunteers that'll be able to go on to the next campaign. It's just going to be, So people will benefit from getting involved with We the People Washington in ancillary ways. You're not going to benefit monetarily, but you're going to have a bunch of skills that you're going to be able to use in other aspects of your life. So
yes, Yes, they are working out well for many things.
Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah. All right. Well, we do have to get ready for our meeting, so I guess we'll call it quits early tonight, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. We don't have any comments up here, so no questions, nothing else like that. So yeah, we'll catch you on our We the People Washington Zoom call.
Yep.
So
And then tomorrow you'll be on without me, but you'll have Anthony Welty on.
yep, I'll have Anthony Welty on. Anthony Welty ran for Washington State Insurance Commissioner. As a libertarian, he broke the record for number of third-party votes in Washington State with his campaign. So I'm very excited to have him on. And a lot of people don't know this, but we share a birthday. So Anthony and I share an exact birthday. We are exactly the same age.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep, it
Nice.
is. So
All right. Okay. Well, I guess we'll hop off of here. I hope everybody has a good night and a good weekend. And we'll see you Monday.
yep. Thanks, Tony.